Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Today I'm gonna show you how to make Nigerian meat pie that is very flaky and absolutely delicious. It is gonna be the best meat pie you ever had. I'm gonna leave the list of the ingredients in the description box. Whenever I make my meat pie, I always start by making the filling. Before I make the filling, I have to prep all the veggies that I need to make the filling. All my veggies are already washed, so I'm just gonna peel them and dice them. So I started with a carrot. This is how I cut my carrots. And when I'm done, I'm just gonna set it aside and move to the next one. So if you are new to my channel or you are a returning viewer and you are not yet subscribed, please subscribe to my channel by clicking on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. That is the only way you can get an alert whenever I post a video. Like and share the video if you like what you see. Thank you. I am also on Facebook, Instagram and Pinterest. You can follow me there. Thank you. And in case you are wondering, subscription is free. Special shout out to all those that have subscribed. You guys are the best. I love you. Thank you and God bless you. So we are almost done with the prepping. I know that the potato looks like a lot, but don't worry, we're going to use some of it as thickener because I'm not going to be using cornstarch. Now that I'm done with the veggies, it is time to start cooking the ground beef. I'm not going to be cooking the beef in any oil, but instead I'm going to cook the ground beef in its own juice and fat. As the ground beef cooks, I'm going to use a spatula to break it down so that the meats don't clump together to form large lumps when it is already cooked. I'm going to season the ground beef before it is fully cooked. I'm going to add seasoning cubes, some salt, a teaspoon of curry powder and a teaspoon of thyme and mix together. So while I stir it, I'll continue to break the lumps that are already formed. Remember when I told you at the beginning that I don't add oil to cook it, that it's going to cook in its own juice? Look at the juice, look at this. So after some time, the moisture is going to evaporate and the oil is going to be more prominent. So I'm going to fry it in its own fat. So it is time to add the garlic. I hope you can hear the sizzling sound. Then I'm going to add the onion. Stir it. I'm gonna saute it for a bit till it is translucent. When the onion is translucent, I'm gonna add some water to cook the veggies, then add the carrots and the potatoes. So I'm just gonna add enough water to cook the veggies, don't add too much. So I'm just gonna check for salt. I just added a little bit and I'm gonna cover it and let it cook. After about 25 to 30 minutes, the veggies should be done and the water must have reduced considerably. I'm not gonna let the water dry out because I'm gonna mash the potato, which will thicken it and it's gonna keep the filling moist. I'm not mashing all the pieces of potatoes. I'm gonna save a few because we want some to be visible. But if you are using the cornstarch as a thickener, you don't have to mash the potato. I don't like the taste of the cornstarch in the fillings, so this is an alternative way to thicken it. After mashing and cooking it for a bit, it's gonna thicken up. Then I'm gonna scoop it out and let it cool down. You can do this a day before or even a week before, just let it chill in the fridge. So now that I'm done with the filling, it is time to make the dough for the crust. So I'm using a pound of butter. Your butter should be cold. So I'm just gonna cut the butter. I'm showing you how I cut the butter. When I'm done, I'm gonna put it back in the fridge to let the pieces chill individually before I bring them out and mix with the rest ingredients. So when I'm done cutting the butter, I'm gonna put it back in the fridge for about 30 minutes. You can also do this a day before. So these are the ingredients for the pie crust. I'm gonna sift the flour, add 2 teaspoons of salt, sift and mix everything to combine. I am using unsalted butter, that's why I use 2 teaspoons of salt. So I'm gonna show you how to use a fork, a potato masher, and even your fingertips to combine the flour and the butter together. So this is how you use your fork. You can use 1 or 2. Then this is how you use your fingertips. So I'm just gonna use the potato masher. It is easier for me. You can also use the food processor to mix it. That is even the easiest way. It is time to add water when it starts looking like breadcrumbs. I'm gonna be adding ice water gradually. So I'll be using a tablespoon and a measuring cup to add it gradually. So I'm gonna sprinkle 1/2 cup of ice water, then mix. I will continue to mix it until it starts forming clumps. When it starts clumping, you have to check to see if it can bind together easily. If it does, that means it is ready. But this one, the bottom is a little bit dry, so I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons of water, ice water, and mix. Now it looks ready. I'm gonna transfer it onto a surface so that I'll be able to bind everything together to form a ball. And because the dough is not too wet, it requires a little bit of pushing the dough together to form a ball. After the ball of dough is formed, I'm going to split the dough into 4 and wrap them individually to refrigerate for up to an hour or more. It is easier to roll out the dough or manage the dough if the dough is in smaller size. So I'll just wrap it in a plastic wrap to prevent it from drying up. So I'm gonna put the dough in the fridge to rest and chill for 1 hour. And after 1 hour, I'm gonna bring the dough out of the fridge, then make an egg wash for the crust. So for the egg wash, I'm gonna use an egg and a tablespoon of milk, whisk together, then set aside before I roll the dough. To roll out your dough, don't forget to dust the surface of your board and also the rolling pin. Roll it from the inside out until you have achieved your desired thickness. To prevent your dough from sticking to the board, you have to move it around and ensure it is well dusted with flour. There are different ways to shape your meat pie, but I'm just going to do the classic one. Now that I've achieved my desired thickness, with the help of a saucer, I'm going to trace and cut out circles. You can also trace and cut your dough with anything that is circular, or you could use a fancy tool that cuts and seals the dough for you. So I'm just going to remove the excess dough and save it for later to make more shell. Add enough filling to the dough so that there will be enough dough that can wrap around it. You can also use egg wash to seal it, but you don't have to do it. But if you want a very good seal, you can do that, or otherwise just press it together and with a fork make a design. So it does 2 things: seal it up properly and create a beautiful design. You also need to create vents in the meat pie for the steam to escape through. If not, the pie is gonna pop open. So if you like and enjoy what you see, please subscribe to my channel. Turn on the notification bell so that you can get an alert whenever I post a video. Like and share the video. Thank you. To make a smaller size meat pie, I will just use a cookie cutter to cut little circles. I really love the smaller ones. They look so cute and fancy and very easy to snack on. 2 bites and it is gone. Because the cookie cutter is a little bit small, I'm going to roll it out a little bit so that there will be enough space for the filling. So it is time to apply the egg wash. You can do 1 to 3 coats depending on how dark you want it to be. So the egg wash gives it that dark shine or sheen, whatever you call it. So when I'm done applying the egg wash, I'm gonna bake the meat pie at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 to 35 minutes. After 30 minutes, the pies are ready. I'm just gonna let them cool down. Now let us take a closer look at what we did. See, look at that delicious goodness. See the flaky meat pie, moist on the inside and very flaky on the outside. This is what you call a meat pie. Very delicious, very flaky. The crust is made with only butter, no shortening. See how flaky it is. If you know, you know. This recipe is sure to please any meat pie lover. So the next time you want to make meat pie to impress people, why don't you give this recipe a try? I promise you, you will not be disappointed. So thank you guys for watching. Till I see you next time. Stay safe, stay blessed. I love you. Bye.